How's everybody? We got a special guest today. Pebbles is here. We thought we'd do a video with Pebbles today. We're gonna do how we got Pebbles. Okay, how'd we get you, baby? Yes. So this sweet girl is a rescue, and I just wanted to share her story with the world because she's amazing. We adopted her in 2019. Early 2019, February 2019. You gonna stand the whole time? Okay, well, it's your story. So, Pebbles is a puppy mill survivor. She was found at Christmas time, 2018, wandering the streets of Vancouver, Washington. The puppy mill that she was at apparently dumped her because she could no longer produce puppies. So she was dumped like nothing and left to fend for herself. Yeah, so you know, so puppies. The puppies. So she had mange, she had skin infections. She was very underweight. She was about 10 pounds. She's about 23 right now. And it took a lot to get her healthy. We're still working on getting her healthy. We think she might be about 8 or 9 years old. Now she's really good with children. And I just want to say, I have a feeling that it's just the maternal instinct in her, because she's so good with kids. So she was rescued by an organization called Seattle Pug Rescue, which is actually no longer. They took her in and she stayed with a foster family and we adopted her. Didn't we? Yes. So she was very timid when we first got her. She had definite signs of PTSD. I think the most heartbreaking thing I experienced with her was when we were walking her on our walking trail behind her house, because there's like no cars, don't have access to it. You can take your dogs off the leash because there's just, there's no cars or anything, so it's totally safe. So we always take Matilda and take her off leash, and for the first time we took her off the leash and she panicked. I think she thought we were gonna leave her. She literally panicked. So I just put her leash back on her just to make her feel safe and secure. You're a baby. You're a baby. Yeah, sure. You were so scared that day. You were so scared. Now you can take her for a walk without a leash and she knows that she's okay. She didn't like loud noises. She wasn't used to other animals. She marks a lot. And I think it's just a habit that we're just not going to be able to break. So we just have to kind of deal with it, not to say that we have to deal with it, but and it's been a lot to get her skin condition under control. She has to get an allergy shot. I think it's every 60 days. We have to take her into the vet for her allergy shots for her skin. We can tell when the allergy shot starts wearing off because she'll start licking her paws a lot, which is just kind of a symptom of the itchiness is coming back. She's easily susceptible to ear infections. She gets them a lot. So every day we have to give her some ear drops to help with the buildup so she doesn't get them. Sometimes they get out of control and we have to get her on antibiotics. And then she takes an eye drop because, well, the eye drop is actually the least of our problems because a lot of pugs and dogs with smushed faces have like chronic dry eye, and she just has chronic dry eye, but it's because of her breed. Pugs just, they're smushed faces, huh? You have a smushed face. You have a smushed face. Stay a while. I feel like that was a side eye. You want your belly rubbed? You want your belly? Are you belly rubbed? No. She's battling a little bit of arthritis. She had a flare-up, which is why I'm doing this video, because I was talking about her and I just kind of wanted to give her a health update. She is on an anti-inflammatory right now that seems to be helping out a lot. She's doing a lot better, but Friday and Saturday were her worst days, where she was limping so bad that she was falling over. And I had to like carry her outside to go potty. Yes, he did. But it's okay because I loved her. Yes. She could walk upstairs, but she couldn't go downstairs. So I would carry her out to go potty. And she had a really hard time with that, but we got her on some anti-inflammatories. Oh, such a big yawn. Some anti-inflammatories. And she's feeling a lot better. She's moving so much better, so thank goodness for that. Anytime I see her in pain, or if she's sick or something, okay, all right, go on. Anytime I see her in pain, or if she's sick or something, it really breaks my heart. She really just wants her bed. Anyway, she wants to be on her bed, so she's laying right across from me. Anyways, I just wanted to share that story because it was kind of hard this weekend to see her in pain. When you've had an animal that has already been through so much, when you see them hurting, it really messes with you, makes you feel terrible even more so. It's like, I wouldn't want her to ever feel pain. I know it's not completely unavoidable, but yeah, I'm just glad she's better. Basically what happened was that Friday afternoon I called them to see if I could get her in real quick, and of course vet hospitals are booked up for like the next month, and so we were like, shoot. So we like tried a couple other veterinary hospitals nearby that were okay. No one had any openings, so we called our hospital back and we talked to them, and we're like, we gave her some anti-inflammatories over the holidays. Do you have those? Is there any way we can get a prescription for her while we wait? And they said, yes, we will get that medication filled for you. And then they told us to call the next morning, Saturday, at 8, because if there's any cancellations or openings, that would be the time that that they would have those openings available. So interestingly enough, they called in the morning to have our prescription, and when they called to say, hey, your prescription's ready, come pick it up whenever you want, they also had an appointment for her at 2 that next day. So she got in the very next day, and our vet saw her and was like, yeah, it just looks like just the run-of-the-mill arthritis. He didn't want to do an x-ray. He didn't want to sedate her because at her age she may not do well with sedation, so we decided to not. And you know, our vet's we trust our vet, so she might be on this medication for long term, but it seems to really help. So I don't know, we'll have her rechecked when she goes in for her allergy shot and see how she's doing. I said Pebbles does, I feel like, have a major maternal instinct. I feel like she's very good with babies. We were at a park and a little 1.5-year-old came up to her and was just like all over her. Not, you know, it was fine. And she literally just laid down and like presented her belly to the baby and let the baby just rub her and grab her tail, and she just laid there and she was just like, it was adorable. And then my neighbor, she had her baby, and how do I share this story without painting the mom out to be irresponsible? Okay, listen, we live in a cul-de-sac. No cars, and if a car is coming, you have plenty of warning, and mom was standing right next to baby. So even if a car did come down, mom was right there. So don't freak out when I share this story. So baby was a little bit in the street. Like the sidewalk is here, baby is here. Okay, so, and mom is right next to baby. But Pebbles started barking at the baby. And me and my neighbor both agreed that she was like, get out of the road. And it was so funny because my neighbor was like, it's okay, Pebbles, I'm right here. And she just kept barking. So she's good. So when kids meet our dogs, I always encourage them to meet Pebbles, because Pebbles is very forgiving and she doesn't get excited. Matilda gets excited and wound up. She'll like jump on you and try to eat your hair. We've had her since Matilda was like 2 months old. Like she was so tiny, you guys. Matilda was like, I'll have to insert a picture of Matilda when we first got her. Regret it because Matilda's amazing and I love her, and Matilda's never had an unhappy day in her life. So Matilda has very different outlook on the world than Pebbles does. So it's really interesting because, you know, Matilda will run up to you and jump on you because she's never had a reason to fear a person ever, whereas Pebbles just kind of will stand there and you kind of have to like prove to her, like it's almost like she's like stands there and she's like, yeah, prove it. And it's really funny because a lot of kids gravitate to Matilda, but the shyer ones, the kids who are a little scared of dogs, they prefer Pebbles. So it's just a fun fact. Anyways, Pebbles and Matilda get along very well. It's just important that you work with your animal to build a good relationship and take advice from animal behaviorists and the vet, and you know, and basically all we had to do was like feed them together. So they associate food, they associate, you know, and then they kind of bonded, and now they're best of friends.
Amy, it's me.
The door.
I heard you screaming.
What are you doing here?
I got
Matilda.
tired of talking to your answering machine, so
You come looking for me in the girls' locker room? You expect me to believe that?
Anyway, she wanted to sleep on her bed. I made her come up here so she could be at least in part of the video. I was like, I don't know how long she's gonna stay, but you know, I had to have her in some of it. So anyways, I just thought I would share that because when I heard her story, we had no intentions of getting another dog, but she kind of fell in our lap. Like, we heard about her story and we were like, yeah, we'll take her. And she's the sweetest animal ever. So it breaks my heart that there are people out in this world that will do things like abuse animals. I don't understand how you can hurt an animal. Anyways, that's about it. Everyone have a good night. Just thought I'd get on here real fast, and so that's it. Take care. Bye.